Hey all, this is Stephanie with Energy Aligns. I'm an energetic intuitive, and every Thursday I show up here. I pick one tarot card to highlight and harness the energy of the collective. Then I talk about how to utilize the energy, how we as individuals can pull that energy down and use it in our daily lives so that we can interact with the world with more awareness. Okay, so I posted a video yesterday. I'm like, this is so uncomfortable today. I don't know why, but I've had ebbs and flows of this in the past week or so, where sometimes I just want to hide and sometimes I just want to be out there making things happen. And I'm just wondering how you are all feeling with the energy that's going around right now. It's changing a lot and there's big things happening. So let's get right into this tarot card. For today, we picked the Chariot, number 7 in the Major Arcana. So take a look at this card. Always recommend pausing your video and having a good look and intuiting what you can intuit from this card. It's a great way to practice your own energetic awareness. So the Chariot, what come first when I looked at this card was like the Wizard of Oz. How there's this kind of big being here that's being puppeteered by somebody, maybe just a mere mortal, okay? So the Chariot of this card is the system that's been fed by our collective consciousness. So as long as we are reacting and interacting with it and contributing to it, it will continue to interact and contribute to us or with us. It's kind of like AI, if you've used AI in that way yet. So it's time that we see this very clearly and we wake up to this now. So this is the 7 in the cycle of the Major Arcana in the Tarot. And it's important to note that these Major Arcana cards are the ones we've been pulling lately, because the Major Arcana cards are about big, huge, and very tangible shifts, obviously, right? Everybody, all the systems, all the individuals, every single one of us, all groups in the whole entire planet. You know, nobody is not feeling these energy shifts right now. The questions brought forth by this card, though, are you going to let it shake you? And are you connecting with what is real? So what is real for the collective? What is real for you as an individual? Do these things match up? Do they even have to match up? So when we look at this card, you truly see black and white, right? The opposites, the contrasts. This is present in all of our awareness, in all of our systems, every single one of our structures, et cetera, et cetera. It's the yin and the yang, the positive, the negative, the direct opposites, right? Now, we are being asked as a collective, is that all there is? Is that all there is? Is it just these two things banging up against each other as opposites? And what are you looking at when you look at this card? Are you looking at the dark and the light angels down here at the bottom? Are you looking at the dark and light pillars on the sides? Where are your eyes drawn? Are you looking at the stream of consciousness that's coming into this figure here? Are you looking at this podium or the slab of granite that the figure is sitting on? Where are your eyes drawn first? And you can take a look at this over and over again and see where your awareness is drawn. This is a really good question with this card, because where our collective eyes are, where are our collective eyes being drawn now in the world? Obviously, there is a lot to look at right now. The importance is just to be aware that there's a lot to look at right now, and it can be overwhelming. And we have choices. We can look at everything, and then we could retreat and look within and take our breaks. We can look at one thing and choose not to look at it for a while. Or, you know, we can look at everything. We just have choices of what to look at, even when we think we do not. It's a good awareness to remember. You have a choice of what you can look at. So another question to ask ourselves that comes up with this card is, are we being seduced into looking at one thing? Are we, dare I say, manipulated into looking at only one thing? Are we being hypnotized? That's what this card kind of is. Yes, as a collective, we have been hypnotized. And if you look closely at this card, this figure is not a whole human body. It's just a figure on top of a structure. The reality is all things must pass. Our bodies, our systems, our perceptions of the systems, our perceptions of reality, our internal structures, the way we view right from wrong, good or bad, black or white, yin yang, the balance between the two things. Is this holding us? Now, in the spirit realm, is this holding us? Yes, these opposites do hold boundaries for our ability to see and understand how spirit and energy and the bigger picture play out in our waking reality. It's just helpful sometimes. They're important. They kind of are what allows us to feel safe and secure. Now, why would we want to break that down? Why would we ever want to break that down? Why would we want to see beyond the wall or these opposites? Because here it is. The expansion of the universe has no boundaries. The expansion will happen whether we are looking and paying attention and aware to it or not. The expansion happens in our lives. The examples would be everything you're seeing that's breaking down now, it is too big to be held by what we've perceived could hold it, these structures up until now. So what this means is it's time for our awareness to expand. Our awareness and our capacity to hold is getting to be too big for who we are becoming as a collective, as individuals, and too big for the structures that we have built, too big for the Chariot. The Chariot card is holding us. It can only hold us until the next stop, and then it needs to move on or break down, and then we go forward in the cycle and we'll come back to the Chariot again. The question here is, what is the Chariot carrying forward? What is the Chariot holding? And what is the Chariot in charge of? It seems like this card brings up a lot more questions for me when I look at it than answers. And I think it's because these are questions that we are all being asked right now to contemplate, to really think about, to look at. It's on a spirit energetic level. Like where, what, who, how can you bring the energy of the Chariot card down and into your life, right? How can we work with this? So we can work with the energy of the Chariot card by asking ourselves, and you can ask yourself this, what have I outgrown in my life? This could be a relationship. This could be a friendship. This could be a house, a physical outgrowing. This could be an emotion. This could be outgrowing of a way of being like your reaction to something or feelings about something in your life. Your ability to respond in a certain way. That may be old and outdated, and if you are becoming aware of that, you can see that you actually have a choice to act in the old way or respond in the old way or respond with something new. And the newness could be like shutting something down quickly in a conversation or changing the subject. The newness could be not responding at all because maybe you're not quite sure what to do besides that old thing and that old way, and then you don't want to do that anymore, and you're not sure what to do yet in your new way. So another example would be something that's old that you've outgrown. It could be holding on to a feeling longer than necessary, being able to see it rise up or become aware of it in yourself and release it more quickly. This doesn't mean to bypass. This means to deal with it. This could be like anger about a situation in your life or a response of anger that may have gotten that maybe you or any of us could have gotten used to how we respond to it, and we've never questioned it. Okay, so things like that we've outgrown internally. The next question kind of piggybacks on the other one, is to ask yourself, is this black and white reality enough for me? Honestly, this is a big question. It's actually a grand question. Is this physical structure of my life actually enough for me? Or do I need to expand what I can move into? Do I need to expand because I am moving into something more, something bigger, something different perhaps? Do I need to expand my horizons on the work I do? Do I need to expand my horizons on some of the relationships in my life? Or do I need to make new relationships? Do I need to expand my horizons on the creative expression I'm doing in my life? Do I need to expand my horizons on how I make money or how I interact with the world or what I'm actually involved in? And do I need to expand my horizons on going inside and deepening my practice and my self-awareness? These are all good questions to ask. This card really reminds me of the last card we pulled, last Tarot Insight, last week, the Devil card. The Devil card. It's very similar with the structure, and that there's two figures on the bottom here, and then there's a square or a kind of platform in the middle, and there's a figure on top of it looking down. Okay, so the difference between these two cards is this figure on top looking down isn't real. It's kind of a container that's holding something. The awareness of this has expanded from the Devil card of being chained. You know, the figures were chained, just looking at the physical reality. And this card is having the awareness that we are here as spirits, and we can work on a spirit level within our physical structure, within our physical body. This figure looks like a person, but it's really a container for holding spirit. And if you really look at the layers behind this figure, it's kind of like the aura of this figure. This figure is the physical representation of us and our realities. And that the physical representation of us and our realities have life and meaning and expansion and purpose and possibility for deepening only because they are inhabited by the energy of us as a spirit, or the energy of something that we give attention to. These pillars, this is really important. Where are we giving our attention? I know I've asked this question a lot in the last few weeks. The last thing to note about this card and to ask ourselves is, what have we given importance to, really? This is both as a collective and as individuals. Think about it, okay? Where have we given importance in our life? And that's not to say that where we've chosen to give importance is like bad or wrong. It's that this card is asking us to really look at that and to make sure that our intentions are clear. Make sure that we are still in agreement that this is where we are, and this is what is most important to us in our lives, and to make sure that we are checking in with those types of things now in these times individually, especially important, because where we focus our awareness and where we focus our attention is what will expand and grow more of who we are. So this is even like super, super important as these things are breaking down. I know it's harder to do it now, but what is it that you want to see build up? What is it that you can tell that you don't want to see continue anymore? These are internal questions. And now we're asking them. We're being asked to ask them. And when we begin to ask these questions of ourselves in our individual lives, in our internal awareness, they will, without a doubt, affect the outside world. this is really what's being asked of us in this card. It's clear in this card, the information, the energy coming down and in to these bodies, these structures, these physical things that hold. We can choose that information, right? We have free will and we have a connection with spirit, but we also get to choose. We get to be a part. Working with energy, working on the spirit realms, working in the metaphysical realms is just like working in the physical realms. We have the potential to relate with all of it, just as we have the potential to relate with humans, animals, environment, our lives. And now we're being asked, like, hey, can we have a little bit of awareness about our internal workings, our internal structures, because the internal structures that are breaking down will affect the external. Okay, everybody, I am sending lots of love and deep awareness to you. As always, take care of yourselves. Ride the waves of these times, but also, as much as possible, ground your energy down. If you don't have a grounding exercise or a grounding practice, you can reach out to me, or you can always go to my website, energyaligns.com. I have free meditations there. I have a grounding practice there. And also, I want to let you know that every month this year, I'm offering a free guided meditation through my newsletter. And each month we go through one energetic center and we dive into it, about 23 to 25 minutes guided meditation where you start to interact with the energy of that center. And you could be somebody that's worked with energy for a long time or are new to it. It doesn't matter. It just is a nice meditation to get to bring awareness around your energetic body. So you can sign up here, drop me a hello. You can go to my website, energyaligns.com, and sign up for that newsletter, and I'll send it out to you. Okay, everybody, I'll talk to you really soon. Have a great day. Bye.